What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Lineman Life Live. Sorry for the late start here. We're just kind of doing a little chit-chatting. Me and my man, Justin Blaylock here. What's going on, brother? How you doing? I see you repping Texas over here.
Oh, yeah. Bye week, so couldn't lose.
Can't lose. Hey, that's what I said about the Jags. I was like, shit, we can't lose this week. We the only team that didn't get blown out. But welcome to Lineman Life Live. It's two linemen here, two big guys, just talking sports, talking football, whether it be just football, whether we like kind of dibble and dabble into other things. That happens from time to time. But we appreciate y'all being in here. Now, to start this off, I wanted to kind of send out a public service announcement to the internet over the slander, the pure slander of my man, Kyle Orton. Kyle Orton is being slandered online at this moment over an admittedly odd tweet from CBS Sports, from NFL on CBS. But still, the fact that his name's being brought up in this conversation here, that was my quarterback, y'all. That was my quarterback at Purdue. So, put this into context. It says here, this is talking about Tom Brady's whole 600 touchdown record-breaking, that record he has. Most touchdowns by any quarterback, blah, blah, blah. We get it. Yes, he's the GOAT of quarterbacks. Okay, fine. But it says here, to put Tom Brady's 602 pass TD in perspective, it's more than double these legends' career amounts. This being the operating word here. Oh. Double these legends' career amounts. John Elway, 300. Montana, 273. Steve Young, 232. Bradshaw, 212. Warner, 208. Aikman, 165. Kyle Orton, 101. Now look, he didn't ask him to put his name up there.
He was just sitting back chilling. He probably got a announcement on his phone. The fuck?
Man, let me tell you something. Kyle Orton, I know exactly what he was doing. He was sitting on his couch with his feet kicked up on the ottoman with half an ounce of dip under his lip, with a cup of Jack and Coke on the table and a styrofoam cup to spit in when he turned on his phone and saw that he had like 600 new messages. And he said, God damn, I'm a popular man today. And then he found out why and turned his phone off.
This shit ain't fair.
But the slander that I've seen, shit.
Surely there's other guys in this club.
What did I say? Jack and Coke. Oh, there man. It is.
Hey, a man after my own heart.
Oh, my goodness.
The people's quarterback right there.
That's the people's champion. That's the people's QB. Oh, and people got all kinds of shit that they're saying about this. Let's see here. It says 62 QBs.
I'm pretty sure Patrick Mahomes has 100 touchdowns by now.
That's why he got 132.
Wow.
Jameis Winston got 133. Shoot.
All the people.
It says 62 QBs, 7 of them still active, had thrown between 102 and 164 touchdowns throughout their careers. But CBS listed Kyle Orton, and I can't stop laughing.
This is amazing.
I mean, that's fucked up. Fuck y'all.
Honestly, I'm surprised that Troy Aikman only has 165.
For real. I was thinking about that as well. I was like, these numbers are a little low, aren't they? Like, these guys played for a long time.
Yeah, he was around quite a while. But I guess when you have
quite a while,
the running game that he had, I guess you don't rely on throwing the ball so much. I mean, it really does show you
back in the day
how the game has changed.
Yeah, because that was back in the day of what, like Emmitt Smith would get like 22 to 25 carries a game, guaranteed.
At least, even if the shit wasn't working.
Yeah, even if it wasn't working, didn't matter. Still getting it.
Gain of 2, fuck it. All right, we're on 2nd and 8.
We're gonna run again. Fuck them. Like that's funny that they have my guy out here like this. I mean, He was a good QB at Purdue. We beat the shit out of Notre Dame. We beat the shit out of Penn State. He was a Heisman hopeful. Then we fell off a cliff.
I mean, completely unprovoked.
Oh my goodness, completely unprovoked. And my guy, he's been trending the entire day.
Probably on the phone with CBS. Take my fucking name off this list.
He's probably gonna get asked by some journalist about this soon. Hey, so just see what the tweet that was put out there. Like, get the fuck out of my face.
But the way the game's going, somebody's gonna throw for 700, 800.
I mean, it will keep going up. I mean, it's an offensive game now. Like,
sooner or later, there's going to be 20 fucking games at some point.
You know that's what they want too. Woo! That's what they want. That's another billion for them on top of what they make more in gains every year. It's another couple billion on top.
Right.
I can't believe that they allow them cats to push them to 17 games. And they're not even going to get paid more.
Damn
and
shame.
you know the playoffs ain't shit. You get like, what, 20, 25? Shit, my rookie year, our playoff checks were like 24 and 32,000 or some shit. It was weak. I was like, damn, I made more than this.
I feel like if you go to the Super Bowl, you make like maybe 200,000. Maybe.
Do they?
It's
I think it's,
it goes up every week.
Like 80. If you win, maybe you get 100, I think. Yeah.
I mean, I'm saying total. 100. I'm saying total for the whole playoffs, not just for that game.
Oh, for the whole playoffs? For the whole playoffs? Yeah. You
it might be like a
first two games, like 50,000.
I mean, if it's gone up since we got out, I imagine it has, but
it's probably gone up. So it's probably more like close to 80,000 if you get the first. If you get through the first round, you're probably getting probably like 45, 50,000 now.
Right.
I would bet.
Not to sneeze at. Shit.
Then the next round you get paid a little bit more. Then the next round you get paid a little bit more. So I mean, it could be for sure.
Man, that's like one game for some of these cats.
Oh man, I remember those days. Those were the sweetest days. Hey, when did y'all get paid? Y'all get paid Thursdays?
No, I think it was I get paid on Tuesday.
I got paid on Tuesdays? That's a weird
Tuesday
day.
Or Wednesday. Tuesday or Wednesday.
You know what? It would be better if it was on Tuesday. That's your day off.
That's the day off. Shit.
Hell yeah. Now Mondays will be perfect.
You have it the night before your day
Mondays.
off.
Soon as
Magic City Monday too?
You know what I mean? Soon as we get out this meeting, I already got a bag in the car. I'm hopping on a Flizzite. Wow. Shoot, I'm out. See y'all on Wednesday.
You know somebody's gonna do it.
Oh man. I remember the first time I ever did that. That was my rookie year. This was after we beat Denver in Denver. We came back, and then this was like weird. This was like a very vivid memory for me because it was so like, wow, y'all really do this type of thing? Like, dude, we hopped on a flight. As soon as we got back to Jacksonville, it was like 15 of us all got on a flight straight to New York.
Oh, shit.
And we went and partied in New York all night long. And then everybody flew back like the next afternoon.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit. Are we practicing tomorrow still? You think we're still practicing? Yeah, we
definitely
are. I'm like, shit.
Thought y'all was on ballers for a second. God dang.
Man, I mean, you know how it is when you get those, when you get a couple Victory Mondays.
Yeah, true.
Because we got out early on that day. We got out like, we only went in to watch like team film, and then we didn't do individual film. So we just watched, parts of the main points, the main bullet points of the game, and then motherfuckers was gone. Coaches was out in the parking lot going to their car when we was going to ours. They like, shit, we get out of here.
See it, motherfucker.
Say, where y'all going? Shit, New York? Shit, I'm going to AZ real quick.
Oh, wow.
Cats were going everywhere. That's how it is when you're winning. When you're winning.
Yeah. Hey, winning solves everything. Winning solves everything.
Nah, we don't need to practice anymore. We don't need to fucking practice anymore. We won. It's at 6, bro. When we beat Denver, that was 6 in a row. We were like, shit, we out, motherfuckers. Shit.
Damn. I
was like, man, this shit is easy. Is this how easy it is in the NFL? Shit,
right.
dumb. Never going to the playoffs again. You don't even know yet.
Oh, fuck. I feel like one year we were like maybe like 12-2 or something, and we already had like a couple.
Like, I had like 2-3 games. Mondays. It didn't matter.
But there was a few. It was like a real see you Wednesday, like in the locker room.
Like, yeah, we ain't meeting tomorrow, guys. Y'all just go ahead and be out.
Like the legit see you Wednesday.
It solves everything. When
like,
you win,
you only need to come in if you hurt.
Hey, for real. And even then, you like, yo,
fucking arm could be hanging.
A motherfucker be holding their shit in their jacket pocket. Just Ooch, you all right? Yeah, I'm good. Didn't you say something happened to you during the game? No, ain't nothing happened.
That was somebody else.
And as soon as your ass show up on Wednesday, first play of 9-on-7. Shit. Okay, I'm done for practice today. Shit. What's going on, everybody? If you're just jumping in here, make sure you smash that like button. Lyman Life Live. All right, let's get on to the next. Well, let me see here. Something kind of noteworthy went down as well in the NFL today. We now have a trade that has been put through the NFL as a transaction. And it is Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco is going from Philadelphia Eagles, where he was doing nothing, back to the New York Jets. And look, I'm only laughing because that must suck. And like, he doesn't even change colors. He stays the same colors. He's going back to the team he was at that traded him to Philadelphia. Now they want him back because Zach Wilson is hurt and he sucks. So they need to try and at least win a game because I don't think they have do they have a first round pick? Do they get that first overall? I think they do. Yeah.
Well, they'll be in the hunt for it, I'm sure, unless it's.
I mean, they got that mother locked up right
unless
now.
It's already been traded away. Them in Houston and Detroit going to be fighting for it.
I mean, it's kind of ridiculous.
I mean, is there anybody? Is there a consensus number one pick this year? I don't think it's like it has been in years past.
No, they said the quarterback class this year is terrible.
Okay,
so it won't be a quarterback. I bet it'll be an offensive lineman who will be number one pick this year. Either offensive lineman or defensive end. One of those two.
Yeah, that's pretty safe. Shit, they fucking need it. Keep these cats healthy.
Yeah, I mean, really, dude. If you look at all of these quarterbacks that are getting put in, all these young quarterbacks are all getting hurt. They're all getting hurt and they're ineffective. There's only been there's not one of the top rookie quarterbacks has done anything this year except for
Mac Jones is.
Mac Jones is serviceable. He's actually been all right.
If you subscribe to like the PFFs of the world and that kind of shit, he's playing pretty well.
PFF is streaky. They're streaky.
But I subscribe to wins and losses.
Yeah. Flacco has still got some trade value, though. That's the cool thing. Now, what's going on? Here's a person that I've been wondering what's going on with him. I would think that some team is trying to. Where did he get sent to? He got sent to. Where did he get sent? Chicago, or was it?
Didn't realize he wasn't in Jacksonville anymore.
Yeah, Gardner Minshew. Yeah, they traded his ass. They traded him. They traded him away.
Give yourself a chance.
Oh yeah, dude. That whole situation with him was ridiculous. Urban Meyer, what a schmuck.
It's that time of year where cats are going to start getting calls. Come off the couch. Hey, how's the arm feeling?
Yeah, that's true. That is very much true.
In these next few weeks, and we got trade deadline right around the corner. You're going to see some peculiar moves.
Oh yeah. Well, this is This is end of week 7, right? With Monday Night Football.
Yep. Tonight's like end of.
Okay, so week 8 is a trade deadline in the league, right? Yeah, I think it's week 8. So there's going to be some big. Well, I mean, if Deshaun Watson's trying to get traded, this is this last week to do it. Shit, man, that is one of the. I mean, I get his whole situation, but that's got to be one of the most unbelievable, revelations of the recent NFL memory, that this cat just is literally just not doing shit. He ain't doing shit because he don't want to, and he ain't doing shit because he can't. But he also is not suspended, and he's getting paid every week. He literally is just getting that check on their ass. He is doing what every
big check.
And you know this just as well as I do. He's doing what every football player wishes they could do. Get the money without doing a fucking thing.
He's living the fucking dream right now, man.
I mean, the only thing that makes it, kind of like, what the fuck is, of course, the allegations. Sure. But, if you could cut out the allegations part and just say, hey, you get to sit your ass down and not play football for this team that just gave you $150 million. You can sit down and not play because you don't want to. And we'll still pay you because we're not going to cut you. That would ruin us. We're not going to trade you because once we trade you, how can we really measure that we would get value in the same level that you are as a player? You can't, because he is an elite generational kind of quarterback. He is an elite level quarterback, as elite, maybe even more so than any other quarterback in the NFL last year. I think he had the number 1 quarterback rating in the NFL last year on a team that sucked.
I think that's right, which is even more amazing when you look at
which just continues to show if he had an inkling of a good squad around him, he would have had a ring.
It's crazy. He's still fucking young. I think he's 25.
Still young. He's not even
26.
Close to. He's in the first. He's literally still in the middle of the first quarter of his career.
He's probably a year older than Mac Jones or something. Maybe 2.
Yeah.
I mean, this is insane.
Yeah, and a lot of people and a lot of people really, they weren't looking at him like that when he came out of Clemson. But that cat just, he literally just, his style of play is so aware of everything happening around him in the pocket that he's almost impossible to sack a lot of times. It takes multiple hits at him on a play, and he's not even a huge guy like that. I mean, he's
right, yeah,
he's lanky,
bulky, he's kind of frail looking, but
yeah, he's like a basketball player size in pads. Yeah. He looks like a basketball player, but he's just an excellent football player. Oh shit, we got a webcam bot in our chat. Away with ye. But yeah, trade deadline's coming up. So if there's ever going to be a situation where he's going to get traded this year, it's going to, this is the week for it to happen. But Joe Flacco is back with the Jets, and man, I had seen some videos of some of them. He outplayed a lot of cats. He outplayed Sam Darnold when he was with the Jets. People were really going in on this.
There's some skill there. He had one of the best playoff runs
ever
in recent memory.
The best playoff run. I think he had the best
maybe him or Eli Manning. Where they just
Eli had a good one too, but I think that Flacco had 15 touchdowns, no interceptions in the playoffs when they won the Super Bowl.
And then he got the money.
And then he got that bread. And you see that production level just slowly. And now what you gonna do? He still got big money contract. All you can do is trade him. And whoever, somebody gonna pay it. Somebody got to pay it.
Well, New York just needs to. They just need to get through a game. I'm
Man,
not
the
even sure they're
Jets, man.
concerned about winning games at this point. Just get me through the game.
The
I need someone that
Jets, I'll
can
tell you, dude. Like,
literally
I
call a
don't,
play and
I
run
don't
it.
know, like, how to like properly compartmentalize how utterly disgustingly bad that franchise is. And I mean, for a moment, it looked like they were actually, for a second, being managed better than Jacksonville. And I was just like, oh shit, we might be the worst managed franchise in the NFL. But no, they keep proving that they're worse. Not by much, but they are. But with that being said, let's kind of shift over into the scores from week 7, with the last game being played tonight. We got Seattle, and who are Seattle playing?
The Saints.
Tonight. The Saints, that's right. They're playing the Saints. Okay, let's see here. So we got some scores here. Let's go through some of the big games. I mean, the thing about this week in the NFL, for some reason, it was like blowout weekend. Everybody was getting their ass blown out. That's all it was.
Yeah, I think there was
That's
like
all it was.
or
Teams just getting blown out.
Like 3-score games. This doesn't happen.
I mean, 3-score games on average. You know what I mean? Like, it was ugly for a lot of teams. But we'll just go through some of these quickly because I mean, these are blowouts. I mean, one team clearly did really well and the other didn't. But I think there were some notable ones that definitely we will kind of talk about in a little bit more depth here. You got Colts at Niners. Colts had a pretty good game, man. I thought that they would win this game just because of how well they played, even in their losses that they had over the last few weeks. So they actually end up kind of blowing out the Niners at San Fran. And San Fran's defense was just looking like horrid. My God.
Yeah, that the monsoon that was coming down.
Had
quite effect on the game. I think I haven't been in many of those, but I actually like playing on like that.
I've been in one. When we played against Carolina.
Since I've been in a game like that.
We had one game like that in Carolina. We played against the Panthers. And I mean, dude, we were like in the middle of the second quarter, and then all of a sudden it just got dark. We were like, whoa. And then it just started coming down. And it came down through the rest of the entire second quarter. Like I mean, you couldn't see more than like 15, 20 feet ahead of you without like a serious haze from the rain.
Right.
And when cats would get tackled, cats would slide from like the numbers out of bounds. I mean, I literally watched Maurice Jones-Drew just sliding, and he just had a whole like splash of rainwater just going up in the air. He's just sliding from the numbers all the way to the sideline by one of the refs' feet. Wow. We're just looking. I'm just like, damn. But we ended up having a couple really good drives during that rain, better than we had the rest of the game. But anyways, Buccaneers blow out the Bears. I think no surprise, but what's even bigger, I mean, other than of course, the whole 600 touchdowns for Tom Brady, is once again, I've been proven correct about Justin Fields and why he should not be on the field playing football in the NFL right now. He should be learning the game from his coaches, which you can actually debate whether or not they can teach him.
I don't think they want to.
Whether or not they can even teach him.
It's like learning spades. No one wants to teach you spades. They just laugh at you when you can't play.
They just laugh and they kind of talk to you as you go. But I really do believe that this Bears organization needs to make a decision on the coaching staff they have like now, because this quarterback is already looking just like the quarterback who was there before him, who was already looking like the quarterback who was there before him, who's looking like the quarterback who was there before him, and the quarterback who was there before him. This franchise has not done a good job at developing quarterbacks at all in the last at least
30 years,
2 decades.
Has it been
like least?
Fucking Jim McMahon.
I mean, you can really go back that far. And Jim McMahon, I mean, let's be honest, he wasn't that good of a quarterback.
They just had all-time great defense.
They just had an all-time defense. He wasn't that good. He was just serviceable. and he had a personality, which made him, more likable.
Sure.
But this franchise is looking bad, and the quarterback
they're about to
is starting
squander.
to crack.
Yeah, they're about to squander Justin Fields.
He's looking like he's cracking. You can see it in his face. His body language is starting to get
terrible.
Once he loses that confidence, you're going to go the way of Blaine Gabbert. That's what happened to him. Lost that confidence because he wasn't being coached up right. And he wasn't being groomed. He was just being thrown to the wolves every week. And we can't help him because we in there with him. We trying to shit. We're like, I don't know what the fuck you're supposed to throw it to. I don't know.
Oh shit.
You know what I mean?
It's time to come up. Oh, my arm. Can't do it. Can't do it.
It's like you can't keep doing this to your guy. He's gonna break. And once he breaks, he's broken. Anyways, moving on from that. Cardinals blow out the Texans. No surprise there. Rams blow out the Lions. Look, the Lions are fighting.
The Lions had jumped all over them at the beginning of the game.
My
God,
gosh.
a couple fluky type plays and maybe going for fourth down, something a little off. Maybe an early onside or something. I can't remember exactly what it was.
No. It's this man here. It's this man, Jared Goff. That's who it is. That's their problem.
Well,
they got a terrible they got finessed into taking a terrible quarterback, and they actually gave away a good one. And he came right back and just plastered their ass. First meeting since they traded him.
Yep.
And look, they had no choice. They had to trade him because he wasn't playing for them again. They know what they're doing there. They know what the organization is. It's shit. They're trying to find an identity, and Dan Campbell, he's trying to give them an identity. I honestly did not believe in this dude before when I first heard about his hiring. I was like, this is the worst hiring you could ever have because this guy is talking about things that really, not cohesive with, today's football kind of culture.
Right.
Like these are grown men.
Some great sound bites, for
great sound bites. This is this is the Paul Bear Bryant coach. You know what I mean? This is not anywhere in this century that he belongs in regards to coaching a team. He's just not in the right century.
Right.
But, and then on top of that, he had the up downs for guys before practice start, which I was like, boy, bro, that is a cardinal sin, what you just did. Up downs? No. We don't do that here. No. Not in my house. Not in my house.
Oh, no.
And, I kind of was like, this dude's a joke. But as I've watched how he's reacted and how he's, kind of how their team has come out and played over the weeks of the season, I got to say, I got a lot of respect for Dan Campbell because the dude has actually motivated men to fight for, victory together. And that's not something that we've seen in Detroit over the last long period of time. So at least, even though they're not winning, you got something there.
Right.
With your coach, at least. Now you just need to get the talent.
When you have, no wins, bleak outlook.
I mean, I would play for that guy. I would play for him because, I was on a team that went 8 weeks without winning a game. And I did not like the coach. And nobody liked the coach. And he was not a motivator. And he was not a guy who you wanted to play hard for. Right. You played hard because it was your job. But it was not coming from him. We played hard for each other, not for him, because we didn't give a fuck about him. But when you give a damn about your coach, you play that much harder. And they're just a team that
clearly
needs
like
to learn how to finish.
Right.
They're a team that needs to learn how to finish. Now, granted, they got some tough breaks, but if you get a lead on the team, you should never relinquish it.
Yeah,
if you're really fighting for it.
I think they could have easily won 2 games. I feel I couldn't say which ones, but
yeah, they could have. I mean, they could have easily. They should have won. They should have beat the Ravens.
The Ravens.
They should have beat the Ravens. They lost on another late kick to the Vikings. They really should have won that game. Jared Goff has been probably the X factor that's been causing them to lose a lot of those games. That's been a big problem. Him. And I mean, dude, I was saying this when he was in LA. I was like, he's garbage. He's absolute garbage. I watched one game. Who are they playing? They were playing against, I think, the Broncos. Maybe it was the Broncos. Yeah, I think they were playing against the Broncos. Not 100% sure, but I was like, this guy's terrible. Why? He's the reason why they can't go nowhere. Look at the throws he's making. Look at like the situations that he keeps like finding himself in. Like, dude, throw the ball. That's what I kept saying about him. Yeah. But
he had that one pretty good year with Gurley, when he was damn near
when Gurley
MVP.
was a threat before, and it's crazy. They ran Gurley into the goddamn ground.
Yep, never the same.
Destroyed his knee.
Never the same.
You're not. If you're a running back, you can't be the same after you tear your cartilage. It's done, bro. You're done. Because you don't have any explosiveness. You can have explosiveness, but you'll never have the same stability. Mm-hmm. And you'll always feel like there's a little bit of a restriction in something in your knee. I had that with my knee surgery. It took me like a year to feel like normal, like after it, like a year. Yeah. But it's different at O-line because shit. All I gotta do is keep my feet on the ground and get I can do the work with my hands. Right. I can get my hands on the cat and do the work that way. So I don't really have to if I have a good strike and I get my hands and I'm in good position, then I'll do less work because I'll keep him locked out. He won't be able to get back inside of me. But but it was rough for him. Anyways, let's move on to the next matchup here. What else we have? We got Raiders beat the Eagles. The Eagles suck. I think we know that. They traded Zach Ertz, so they're pretty much done. They've mailed it in.
Yeah, throwing the towel.
Throw the damn towel. Raiders are surprising 5-2.
Yes.
In 2 games in a row post John Gruden. I think that will change because this team that they played against sucks. But nice win for them. Now this game. Woo. Tell you what, I liked him when they drafted him.
Man,
I didn't understand why they went with Jamar Chase because they needed an offensive line, and that was the truth. And it's still, somewhat the truth. But it wasn't a wasted pick because of his production, clearly. Right. Jamar Chase, 8 receptions, 201 yards. As Joe Burrow literally leads the Bengals into relevance again. Yep. Literally leading them into relevance. The dude I feel like he's going to get a ring for them. I feel like he will. I feel like he will. He's got it. He's got the it, man. Like you knew Mahomes had the it. You know what I mean? Like you knew he had
to the tribe.
Oh shit!
The Texas Pete tried and true.
That's maybe.
I'm like, that's ESPN forcing you to listen to their fucking ad if you're on their website for too long. But no, I think that Joe Burrow is. I think he's taking that step. He's taking the same kind of step now, and even a little bit more. He's a little bit further ahead, I would say. But him, Justin Herbert, I think that those 2 guys, and I feel like, for my Jacksonville people, I feel like Trevor Lawrence is going to be that guy too. I really do because I've watched. I haven't seen any kind of real hesitancy in Trevor Lawrence. He's played with confidence, like. Thus far, even with the losses. And that's something that I've seen from each of these quarterbacks throughout their rookie years. They played through losses like it's, hey, it's whatever. It is what it is. We're just trying to get better. They have the right mentality. And those quarterbacks usually end up doing pretty damn well. Like when they show that they can play through that and still still make plays, be productive. Trevor Lawrence, I think he threw 3 touchdowns in the last game? He played, so. Joe Burrow threw for 416, 3 touchdowns this game. He has it. You as an old lineman, we can kind of feel it. You know what I mean?
Oh, 100%. And
because when they get in the huddle, you can feel it. When they come in the huddle, you can feel it.
Oh, no question. They certainly believe in this kid, and love what I'm seeing so far. Taking back that old LSU connection.
Mm-hmm.
They're putting the league on notice right now.
LSU.
They're putting the league on notice.
You know what? Hey, in hindsight, that wasn't such a bad move because at least you did create an instant connection. You know how in video games, sports video games, you say these 2 players go together, they're a connection, they're better when they're with each other. That's literally what they did right there. They did the video game move. Right. They did the video game move and brought them and had a power link with them. So them cats, they get stat boosts
Right. Yeah.
1.5 for an hour and a half every game because of that.
They got the buff.
They got the buffer. You know what I mean? His throwing accuracy goes up 10%. His catching rate, his spectacular catch goes up 5%. His speed goes up 2%.
Yeah, they got something special there. I mean,
they got something special for real.
It would have been nice to see Penei Sewell, the big left tackle from Oregon.
The left tackle,
that would have been nice. But man, shit, they're doing pretty fucking good as is.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it was them. I mean, they didn't have. He didn't throw a pick. Lamar Jackson played a decent game. He almost had 100 yards rushing. He had a big rush. He had a big rush late in the game. They got called back, like a 36, 40-yard rush. He got called back because Villanueva was holding. But he actually had a pretty good game. They just got beat. They got beat.
Yeah.
I mean, they got their ass beat.
Sometimes you just
get beat by a better team. They just beat your ass. Ain't nothing you can do about it.
Hey, go back to the drawing board and get them next week.
There you go. You got to get back to the drawing board. Now, the bad part about it for them is that that's a division opponent. So that hurts.
Hurts twice as
that
bad.
one hurts. That one hurts bad because that's actually playoff that actually has playoff ramifications there.
Yep.
And you're only in week 7. You don't want to have to be dealing with playoff ramifications in week 7. Be one thing if they sucked and they beat you and they were 2-5 because they beat you, but they're 5-2 now after beating you.
Yeah, they're going to be racing neck and neck for the rest of the season.
Yeah, buddy. All right, next up, Panthers get beat by the fucking Giants.
Yeah.
They don't just get beat by the fucking Giants.
Beat down.
They got their ass whooped by the Giants.
I believe they pulled Darnold. Just like healthy scratch at the end of the game.
Healthy scratch. Hey, kid, get the fuck off. Get off the field. It's just stay out there. Stay out there. Stay over there. Stay over there by no. Scoot back.
No.
Keep going, goddammit. All right, right there.
No.
Stay right there.
Oh man.
What do we got?
Oh, this
they
one hurts.
Put in old buddy from XFL. Old buddy from XFL got played that game.
PJ Walker?
PJ Walker? Is that it?
Maybe. I could be messing that up. No disrespect to you, sir. Wherever you are.
Yeah, no disrespect, cuz, but you the XFL guy. You were in the XFL. Now you in the league. You're a league cat now, but we just don't got your name on here. I think it was PJ something.
I think so. I feel like that's right. But this one hurts. One of my best friends in the world coaches for the Panthers. So I'm
he was feeling great like 3 weeks ago. He was feeling great like 3 weeks ago when those guys were 3-0.
They were sitting high on the hog for a second.
Oh yeah. Victory Monday again this week, brother.
Yeah, then
with
one of the best running backs in the game.
It's so tight right now.
It's tough to overcome a lot of the deficiencies they have without Christian McCaffrey out there.
That is true.
The offense is.
Sam Darnold is a prototypical. He's a prototypical QB. So you gotta. He needs a good running back. He needs a running back. He needs a running game.
Yeah, that's huge help for a young quarterback. That's above average. But guy that needs to lean on a running game.
Yeah. He does have to have a running game.
Get some play
because it opens up the defense for him. It opens up the defense.
But this was hard to.
That one's ugly. That one hurts an organization as a whole because they're like, damn. I mean, it used to be we talk about shit. We might have lost a couple games, but we still better than the damn Giants.
I knew we were trending down, but god dang.
Then we got our ass beat by him, and it's like, oh shit, like we worse than we thought.
And the Giants really got nobody.
And they ain't got nobody. Everybody's in the hospital.
I mean, I think Daniel Jones came back for this one, but they still have maybe 7 or 8 starters, I feel, down.
Oh my God. Yeah. A lot of starters that are still down. A lot of starters that are down. But
porous
I think
O-line.
that they lost the one cat. They said his career might be over.
Oh,
the lineman who got his shit broken in half. Oh, God damn.
I mean, just thinking about that shit gives me the goosebumps.
Yeah, I only want to think about that shit. Like, ugh.
I mean, as gruesome as it looks,
so
like it's usually the infection that takes you out. I mean, that's how they got.
Yeah, that's what happened
Smith.
with Alex Smith. Yeah, Alex Smith that was the situation with him, is that he got infected.
Kept having to clear that fucking staff out and go back and surgery after surgery after surgery.
Mm-hmm. Because like all the bacteria that was on his legs when it broke. You know what I mean? Like
nothing you can do about that.
Football field.
Yeah, nothing you can do. People sweating on you and all type of shit.
Sweat, blood, spit, vomit, whatever. Shit.
Probably shit.
Possibly.
Oh,
possible. Yeah.
To that young man, I hope you have a full recovery.
I hope he has a full recovery. Yeah.
I hope he can play again. I mean, shit.
Yeah, I hope he can. I mean, O-lineman, man, you know how we do, man. We we come out there with a peg leg. They're gonna be like, shit. As long as he can push off, he's good.
Yeah, just move him back to center. He'll be all right.
Just put him at center. Have him jelly back. Just jelly back, brother.
That'll extend anybody's career by about 4 years. Throw him at center.
Shit. All right. Next up, we got the Patriots. Ooh, Patriots beat the shit out these bums.
Golly.
Ooh, 54-13 over the Jets. I think it's clear why the Jets, had to make a trade, because not looking good for them. Zach Wilson got hurt, I believe, so he's out of there.
I think he's 2 to 4 weeks with a sprained PCL. I think was the diagnosis.
Sprained PCL.
That's not even a real. That heals on its own. I think. 2 of them can heal on their own.
Yeah. PCL and MCL can heal on their own. ACL, you got to get that remade.
But still, probably a good time to pull the kid and give him a few weeks off.
Let's go ahead and give him a little time off, and let's get him in the classroom a little bit so we can teach him like how to read coverages. Like, bruh.
Maybe they can get Justin Fields in there too.
Yeah, for real, man. Oh, it's crazy because a lot of people talked about how well these young quarterbacks played in the preseason, and it's weird because you kind of think to yourself, "Fuck, it's the preseason. Like, how? What do you think is happening on the other side of the ball? They're just like." We didn't go into the preseason game with a full playbook installed. We just went in and ran like 5 basic plays.
Yeah, you don't game plan. You don't do anything. It's just
don't watch no film.
Zone left, zone right.
I mean, you don't even watch like them. They'll tell you in camp. They'll tell you we ain't watching film on the first preseason game. We just gonna go play.
Yeah,
we're
working on our stuff.
Yeah, we're working on our stuff. Our stuff. Fuck them.
Damn what they do. We're gonna make them stop us.
Yeah.
Like, motherfucker, y'all sliding away from Aaron Donald.
I'm like, bruh, I'm not. This is if I'm not out of this game in one drive,
I'm gonna make y'all
call a timeout on the field. Fuck it.
I'm gonna make y'all pull me. There'd be so much
pressure,
pressure,
bro. I got hurt in the last preseason game of the year against y'all in 2000. What was this? Y'all came to Jacksonville for the last preseason game. Okay. And it was I want to say like 20. Oh, it was 2011. Mike fucking Mularkey, the head coach. Oh my fucking God. This guy had us in there, right? He's like, starters are going to play in the 4th preseason game. And we all were like, this guy is about to lose the locker room.
That's a joke, right?
What is he doing? This is the 4th preseason game. What do you mean the starters are going to play?
I'm supposed to be in street clothes.
What? You know what I mean? Like, that's what the 4th game is to me. Like, if you're a starter, 4th game is like street clothes. You ain't playing. Shit. If your position is locked up and you got it locked up, you're not playing. So every one of us is like, hope something doesn't go bad. 3rd play of the fucking drive. opening drive of the fucking game, high ankle sprain. Boop, just like that. Because one of y'all's D tackles just got molly rolled, like barrel rolled into my damn legs from behind. I'm like, oh my God.
And this is why.
I knew it. As soon as I hit the ground, I was like, it wasn't even pain. I got pissed off.
Anger.
I was like, I told these motherfuckers.
This
God
is why.
damn it.
This is why we don't play in the fucking fourth game.
Because when you roll your ankle, like this was like the only time I've ever had like an ankle sprain that really like hurt for like the next week. I've sprained my ankles so many times. I never got my ankles taped. I never taped my ankles my entire career. Damn. I went out in that bitch with just socks on. I had no pads in my pants, and I had on my shoulder pads.
Oh, wow.
And I had boxer wraps on my gloves, so like I could snatch cats, like ah!
Oh my God!
Just snatch them up.
He's out there raw.
I was out there raw dogging it, and it was perfect for me. It was perfect for me because
it fucking worked.
I never wore knee braces. I never wore knee braces in college. I never got my ankles taped in college. I never got my ankles taped in the pros. And my ankles were so flexible that you would have to really roll my ankle to fuck up for it to be hurt. And when he did this, I was like, hell to the no. I'm on the side. I'm like on the ground. Wow. And you know how when you roll up, when you get your ankle rolled,
damn it,
damn it.
Maybe Federal Credit Union. It was
damn you, ESPN.
Free.
Leave me alone, ESPN.
We get it.
All right, I'm gonna close your shit in a second. Jesus, trying to tell a story here. Anyways, dude, when you roll your ankle really bad and you hit the ground, and your ankle's hurting so bad you can't even yell. You're just like, that's how I was. I was my face on the ground, just like on all four, like with my, I'm on my knees with my hands on the ground, just like looking in the dirt, just like.
I think the worst part is like the realization that you're about to be in the training room.
That was it.
Fucking week, like that every day, like 4 or 5 hours. Like, and God dang it! All you had to do was just let these other motherfuckers play. Now I'm in here wasting all my damn time.
I got so mad, dude. That's what I got mad about. I got mad that these motherfuckers, when we're about to get a weekend off after this game. And I told him, we knew it. We knew something was going to happen. And I was just like, and they're like, yeah, well, by the time I got back, because I didn't go back in the game, obviously. And then they pulled the starters after that drive because it was like, yeah, this is exactly why. This is exactly why. And Mike Ryan comes up to me when I'm in my locker with like bags of ice around my leg. And I'm like, I guess this means I got to come in at 6 a.m. Maybe not, though. Maybe he forgets. Mike Ryan knows how I am. I ain't coming in at fucking 6 a.m. He knows that, right? Right? Hey, Ooch. What's up, Mike? See you at 6 a.m. I'm like, fuck! Son of a bitch! And you gotta, you don't show up to a 6 a.m. Rehab, they will fine you $10,000 just for that.
Yeah.
Like they get mad about that. They get mad about not doing rehab, especially if you're hurt and you're a starter. They'll get mad. Like they'll really get mad. Like that's something that's one of the only times where I've seen where they literally have come up to me and been like, "Yo, you need to go to your fucking rehab." Like, motherfucker, I told y'all gonna make me practice anyway. So what? Y'all gonna make me practice anyway.
That's just the worst. Like, am I gonna not practice if I do this shit?
You know what I mean? At least if I'm gonna come in here and be in here for 3 hours in the morning, at least I ain't gotta practice. How about that?
That's a quick way to get my shit right.
At least get me off a Wednesday. Shit.
Yeah. Now I can't sleep more than fucking 5 hours a night.
You know what I mean?
Like, that's not gonna help me heal any faster.
Never. We got a $5 super chat here from RC from NYC. What's up, Uche? What's up, Justin? What's up, O-Line? What's up, chat? Hope all is well. Giants got the dub. Yes, they did. And now we got the Chiefs next week. Go Big Blue. And the fucked up part is you got a shot. You got a good shot there.
You could get him. It's open
guys,
season.
Saquon, and y'all is Saquon back for them?
I do not know that. He should be getting close because it's been 3 weeks since that Cowboys game.
Saquon's back. Shit, y'all got a shot. Them boys be giving it up on the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, open season on the Chiefs right now.
And really, that's really the game that I want to get to talk about really in depth is that game. So we're going to go ahead and skip over this Falcons-Dolphins game because we know that one doesn't matter to anybody. No, I'm just playing. Fins, it's still rough. We know that. Still rough for the Fins. They are, yeah, they're about to get blown up. They might get blown up after this year. We don't know.
Yeah, they got to move some stuff around.
The Falcons, you know, the fun thing about the Falcons, though, is that they always keep you thinking that they just might still have it with Matt Ryan. Because, I mean, they have never, you know, even with that Super Bowl loss, they have not gone into full rebuild mode at any point yet.
Right. If he's there, they got a shot.
Yeah, they're trying to hang on to him giving them a chance. If they get into the postseason in the next year, then, you know, well, I think he's actually wants to be out of there, right? And they say he wants out of there now?
That's what, you know, everyone's saying. I don't have any insider information, unfortunately. But
homework assignment.
I think with the pieces around them, though, they could have something on offense. I really
that's what I be saying. That's what I be telling Falcon fans.
Like, there is something there on that offense. Now, I don't know if they're going to stop anybody, but I mean, God dang, Kyle Pitts. Woo.
Yeah, Kyle Pitts is balling.
You see some of them catches he was making this week?
Bruh, he's turned into that safety net. Now, once you become that safety net for Matt Ryan, it's going to be all right. You just got to give him protection. You know what I mean?
Like, Matt probably wants to stay around just to see how he develops.
He probably do want to stay around because he also, I mean, you know, they're going to look. They know what they lost in Julio Jones, but they also didn't. You know, they didn't have anything coming up behind them that, you know, they did have something coming up behind them that was solid too. So what's that receiver's name? Ridley, that's right. Ridley was stepping up, you know what I mean? So him, Kyle Pitts, that's a future in the offense. That's definitely can be a future in the offense as long as you get the offensive line right. That's what I can't understand how these teams keep forgetting that you do got to have an offensive line that can block. Like you do got to have that.
If you're going to have how can I say this? A statuesque quarterback, you have to protect him.
Yeah, when you have a quarterback who's not a scrambler in any sense of the word, then you need to protect his ass.
Although I think I did see him get a couple of first downs against who was the game before? Recently. No, he'll occasionally.
When he snuck it in from like 2 yards out, I think it was.
He'll occasionally get his track shoes on.
When nobody expects that shit, yeah. When everybody's betting, nah, he ain't gonna do it. He ain't stupid. He ain't stupid. Oh, yes, he is.
I'll never see this coming.
And he scored. Wow. Everybody's just like, what the hell? Let me see here. Now,
he's in there and healthy.
This game, obviously, this game is the game that a lot of people are talking about because there's a lot of revelations that have come out of this game between Tennessee and the Chiefs. And I mean, the Chiefs have some big problems. And these are things that, again, winning kind of solved. Winning kind of, kind of brushed these things over. And it wasn't really about, fixing those deficiencies because they were just so overpowered. They were just literally too overpowered for it to matter. But now, again, because the NFL adjusts, this is what people need to understand about, looking too far ahead into your team's future because of the unbelievable success, admittedly, that they've had for so long. Yeah. Eventually, the NFL will catch up. The defenses will catch up. And then it becomes a big problem because it now matters how you respond to that, whether or not you're going to have a job in 4 years.
The people of this
oh my God! Not again!
They're getting the refractory period is getting shorter, but not long ago,
it is getting shorter.
It was: are these guys gonna three-peat? Are they gonna, this and that? Are they gonna be?
That was the talk 12 months ago, my guy.
AFC Championship, year in and year out. Are they gonna be the new Patriots? And now they can't buy a fucking win. I mean, is this? I hate to say it, is this just kind of the road that you take when you back the Brinks truck up for your quarterback? As good as Mahomes is. You can't pay everybody.
Spent the money. I'm not gonna lie.
You have to.
Money.
You have to
spend it again.
No question.
As much as he is struggling a little bit, I do not actually believe that.
And I don't think this is on him.
He is the heart of their issue. I believe that it has a little bit more to do with just the team overall being very sloppy, being very undisciplined, being nonchalant to a certain extent. And I don't want to say that and make people think that I'm shitting on them, because I'm not. I just feel like they have gotten so used to just winning because they're that good that I think they're a little bit out of touch with the actual with the appreciation of the work they actually have to do to get those wins, that they have done to get those wins, because they have fought their way out of so many, tight, really bad situations over the last year and a half, right. Literally the last year and a half, every game damn near.
You kind of just assume, Pat's about to do something crazy. They
assume that it's going to work.
He's about to do a fucking cartwheel and throw it 80 yards with his left hand, and we'll catch it. No big deal.
Without looking. Yeah. Without even looking.
Just go far, Tyreek. We got this.
And they're still man for man one of the most talented. They're man for man the most talented offense, I believe, still. But just because you're the most talented doesn't mean you're the best. And I think that now, when the defenses of the NFL have caught up and have pieced together how to actually stifle some of the things that they like to do, the adjustment to that has to be, and it has to be, something of a similar level of balancing to it. Like, it has to swing the pendulum. And they haven't done that yet, because they're just kind of banging their head against that wall of, Mahomes will make a great throw, will go deep. But we already learned, the defenses have learned how to at least minimize the damage of your deep ball. So what do you have to go back to get that to work again? The run game. Which they didn't really have. They didn't have a chance to do that because they were down so much so quick.
Right. They're gonna have to run people out of that two shell. Yeah. They're gonna sit back and just. You're not gonna beat us
out of that 2 and 3 shell, that umbrella coverage to just keep everything in front of them and play over the top of everything. Yeah, they got to.
You have to run them out of it, and they, like you said, they haven't been in a position to run the ball that much because they've been down. But at some point,
when you're a team that gets down quick like they do for some reason, with all this talent, you guys
defense ain't
start slow.
The defense ain't it right now.
And their defense would make plays when needed, but wasn't really an overwhelming D.
They were getting an occasional turnover, like a timely turnover or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
But outside of that, they were never. You're not going to confuse them with. The 85 Bears or nothing like that.
No, you're not. You're not.
It's drive, score, drive. Oh, pick this time.
Oh, yeah. And here you'll see, and this is actually pretty random because That's Good Sports, Brandon Perna posted this, but, this was ultimately what happens. This is ultimately what can happen to a quarterback when too much exposure, putting too much on himself, and, the kind of game that it was, y'all were getting manhandled. Like, it's easy to say it with hindsight. It's easy to say it from the outside, but you don't. I know one thing: when we had to deal with a situation where we were getting blown out, when you're getting into that later half of the second half, where we ain't coming back. Now, one of my top priorities is don't get hurt. Do not get hurt. Don't do too much, and avoid exposing yourself into vulnerable positions where your knee can get caught, or you get a shot where your shoulder's extended and you take a shot and now you dislocate that shoulder. Like all those things I always thought about, like just make sure you don't do nothing stupid and get hurt because the game's almost over and we ain't winning and ain't nothing that I can do gonna make us win.
Yeah. Keep your feet moving. Get some odds in the back of your head.
To try and get him down.
Oh, that was hard to watch.
You're 100% correct. I'm going to try to turn this down. My bad. But, I mean, shit, man, this dude got knocked out cold.
Ooh.
You can see it right there. He out. He is out cold.
I mean,
when them hands turn into like little fists, when they kind of go closed, yeah, you know he's out.
Yeah, this one was tough.
That's tough. That's tough to look at right there. I mean,
I thought there might be like
especially
the
guy that leads them. You know what I mean? And that guy's got clout and respect from everybody because he's a leader. So you hate to see that, but I think he put a little bit too much pressure on himself in trying to make plays when really, dude, the game was lost. Man, y'all aren't making a miraculous comeback against this team. You see how stout they're playing. It's not like just like this came out of nowhere. They've been playing this stout for the last 3 weeks, building up to this. They just beat Buffalo. Like these cats are rolling, and once they get up 2 scores, it's going to be hard.
And even if you do go out there and do some miraculous, throw some crazy touchdown, you're probably not going to stop them.
Yeah,
they hadn't stopped them. I don't think the whole second half.
Yeah, they hadn't stopped them at all. D couldn't stop them. O couldn't move the ball. It was they were locked up. And I see this here, and I get that the NFL does catch up with running quarterbacks because the issue, but that issue is usually because those running quarterbacks aren't able to throw when forced into those situations. Mm-hmm. This cat can throw the ball. We all seen that.
No question about that.
There's no question about that. He can run, but he's not even like that kind of runner. He's a runner who will pick up first downs, and if you give him a sideline, he'll hit the sideline. But he's not doing a Lamar Jackson and going down the middle of the pocket, shaking the middle linebacker, cutting up the field, crossing the field on the safety, and then got everybody chasing him in like 10 steps. It's not that guy.
He's not that guy.
But he is a great improviser at quarterback. And he can stand in the pocket and throw it all over the field, anywhere. Doesn't matter. Yeah. He did that. He really does that more than he scrambles. So you gotta just understand that it's a bigger situation than Patrick Mahomes by far. It's a much bigger situation than him. He's struggling, but every quarterback was. We were just waiting for the point when he would struggle because he hadn't really struggled up until the Super Bowl last year, and really.
Well,
I don't think he struggled in the Super Bowl. I think his receivers just all shit down their pants and dropped every ball he threw to him. Because if you go back and watch a lot of those throws he made, my God, they were on the money. They were on the money, and their receivers dropped it each and every time.
Yeah, what he was being asked to do that game was incredible.
Incredible, and he was doing it on a bad foot.
Yeah, they had that fucked up toe, 2 tackles out. I'm sure the receivers probably amazed that he even, kept the play alive that long.
I don't think they expected him to throw the ball as well as he did, as covered as they were, and actually make it through the coverage. They were surprised, so they dropped it.
Damn,
Tyreek Hill on the first deep ball. That deep ball, he was double covered over the top and underneath, and the ball hit him in the hands. The ball literally hit him in his hands. He was like, "Whoa!" And then there's the one famous throw. I think this was got to be the most. Had this receiver caught the ball, I think it was Tyreek Hill. I'm not sure. I don't know if I remember correctly. But had this receiver caught this ball, this to me would have been the greatest throw I've ever seen a quarterback make in my entire life. Patrick Mahomes was laid out in the air, flat, planking in the air, throwing the ball 40 yards down the field, and it hit his wide receiver in the face mask. I was like, that. I said, hold on. Wait a second.
No, I didn't just do what I think I saw.
He actually made that throw. He literally made that throw. The perfect throw. It hit his guy in the face. So it's not him. It's definitely his receivers. That's how I came. I mean, I never in my life have seen a throw that literally on point in the most completely. I mean, the dude was in the air laterally, like he was laying parallel to the ground in the air. Where was he even getting the torque to throw it that far from? It was the most incredible throw I've ever seen. For it being an incomplete pass, it was literally, had he caught that ball, it would literally go down in my book as the greatest pass ever thrown by a quarterback because it was unbelievable. Yeah, it was literally unbelievable.
Something like we've rarely seen.
I mean, rarely. I mean, and the confidence of it is so like, oh,
he's had the greenest light in history for some of these fucking throws. Goodness gracious.
Yeah. I mean, some of these throws he made, I was like, bruh, motherfuckers have been cut for trying that shit in practice.
He out here in the game.
You in the game. You ain't even looking at the route. You throwing it 30 yards down the field?
Doing some shit like Magic Johnson would have did on the goddamn Dream Team.
Bruh, I bet if they had a camera on the coach when he made that throw, coach probably was like, what the fuck is he doing?
Oh, touchdown. Yeah, I told him to do that.
Coach probably fell down to his knees. No, don't throw it over there. Oh my God.
That's one of them be right throws.
One of them be rights. You better be right. Because if you ain't, you better be right. Because if you ain't right, we're gonna have a lot of explaining to do.
Yeah.
But I think that this game was this was a big game for Tennessee, man. Tennessee came out and literally Tennessee played the game. They played it pretty strong, man. I mean, they played it in the way that you have to play a team like this that has an offensive, high-powered offense. You have to literally shorten the game.
Yep.
You have to try and keep them off the field as long as possible. But their run game, of course, carried the day. I mean, that's what sets up everything. And that's and really, I don't see, with the league becoming the way it is offensively, I don't understand how teams can't look at what Tennessee's doing and understand that that's what the reason why they're able to beat teams that we don't think they should beat is because they use fundamental football. They play football as it's meant to be played. You're really not supposed to throw the ball 40 times a game. You're supposed to throw the ball between 25 and 35 times a game. That at the most.
Yep.
And then you have another 25 to 30 runs. Or different kinds of plays. You can add in.
You can keep your own plays down as well. I don't have to come up with 27 different fucking route combinations and all these gadget throws and shit. If I just run the fucking ball.
Yeah, and when you have a good running back, you should always run the ball because that makes the defense play either 8 in the box, which is going to make it easier to throw it on them, or they're going to start to disguise and try and run. They're going to do disguises to try and run blitz where you can play action them and burn their ass.
Really get over the top.
I mean, these are the things that have worked in the NFL since day one as they become parts of the game. This whole spread offense stuff, spread has always been in the NFL. But, they prioritize it so much now that it takes away from what actually is a fundamental pillar of football strategy. Running the ball.
That shit travels. When it's cold, it's late in the season, that shit works.
That's the shit that works. Even when it's hot. In Jacksonville, shit, bro. I used to laugh at these cats because in Jacksonville, they ain't realizing I've been in this heat practicing for 2 months. I'm good. Yeah, I'm breathing heavy, but my legs aren't tired. My back feels fine. I've still got energy, and we're on play 11.
Right.
You've subbed out twice already on defense.
I mean, that's the quickest way.
Because you can't take this heat.
Quickest way to beat a defense down: run the fucking ball.
And that's what the fuck we would do. Opening week, I remember one week we played against Buffalo, first or second game of the season, first home game of the season, and it was 120 on the field. Man, cats were running off the sideline on Buffalo, going to go get IVs. They were melting. I'm over here like, bro, this is like play 14. We only at the 35-yard line. We got like 5 more plays before we close the scoring. Like, and I'm just standing there, and of course I can't breathe. But I'm, you got energy. There's a difference between you're winded and you got energy, or you're tired and you can't barely move.
Yeah.
Of course, but all the old linemen, you stop talking by like play 8. Once play 8 hit, the only talking that happens is at the line of scrimmage with the other linemen. Other than that, we ain't saying shit. I got to recover after every play. I got to be breathing.
Yes.
But that used to always be funny to me to watch other players on other teams that don't play in our climate just completely melt under it. But that's how it is. That's how it is. All right, let's see what other games we got here to look at real quick before we get started. Oh, we got the Monday night game, which is starting right now. So that's going to be where we're going to probably draw this thing down. We got the Monday. Well, Green Bay beat Washington. We know that. Browns barely beat Broncos. Broncos really suck. And shit. Oh, Seahawks are up 7-0 against the Saints. Okay. That game has actually started. It's been on for 5 minminutes now. Okay, got it. Okay. Got it.
Opening drive.
But Seahawks just scored. Geno Smith, deep pass right to 84-yard touchdown pass from Geno Smith. Nice.
To who?
To DK Metcalf.
Oh, fantasy team.
I guess that's going to make him feel like, you got him on your fantasy team? No, I ain't got him on mine.
Let's see what Shannon Sharp has to say tomorrow.
Dude, my fantasy team took such an L this past week because three of my players were questionable, but it didn't seem like it seemed like they were going to play. And then right before their game start, they get scratched. So I had 3 players who didn't even play who were on my starters.
Wow.
Looking
that's
like
just the worst. That's just the worst. Or like a mid-game injury.
No. Greg Mean, $1.99 super chat. Best heat acclimation, steam room, sauna weekly. Shit, ain't no better heat acclimation than being out on a fucking football field in the middle of a Jacksonville summer with 30 pounds of pads on for 3 hours a day.
Yeah.
That is heat acclimation.
Yeah,
it got to the point where we would do you always fucking hate when you got to do a 2-minute drill at the end of practice. You'd rather do it let me do that shit either early in practice so I can get it over with, or don't do it. But when you do it at the end of practice, on that first day in training camp, 2-minute drill at the end of practice, bruh, motherfuckers be looking like cripples out there. Cats just falling all around, grabbing their hamstrings, cramping up. I was watching film one time. We were watching film one time, and we were running a 2-minute drill, and you see me running down the field, chasing the play, and then you just see me just grab both my legs, just kicking my legs up. Shit. And then I start walking. I'm like, no, can't run. Can't run.
Fuck. That's the worst.
But
I'd always dread seeing that preseason game in Miami.
Oh my God, dude.
Shit, any of the Florida teams, they all fucking suck.
Yeah, I ain't even on front. When we had to go to Miami, I'm like, yo, now this Miami heat is different. It's different even than Jacksonville heat. This shit is hotter. It's even hotter over here. Shit, I'm glad that I never had to play. Well, did we play a full game? I never played a full game in Miami Stadium. It's always a preseason game. So I always only played for a little bit, then came out.
Lucky.
But
that's just for the birds.
Yeah, that was that on that. What else? So we got the Seahawks and Saints playing right now. But that is going to be it for this Lineman Life live stream. Appreciate you guys for being in here. We are going to be signing off here in a couple seconds. But in the meantime, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already done so. And you can find me, obviously, with my Twitter handle here in the frame, as well as this is your Twitter here, right, Justin?
This is IG for me.
Okay, that's Justin's IG. Skywalker63. Make sure you follow us online on social media. But until we come back again on Wednesday for the live tier maker stream, oh shoot, I forgot. We'll get in it real quick. Terminal Sports says, bro, what about the World Series? The World Series is here in ATL. We got the World Series. The Braves beat the Dodgers. It's going to be the Houston Astros and the Atlanta Braves, which is actually kind of a little bit of a weird, it's a little bit of a, it's like a distant cousin coming to your crib and talking shit when they get to your house. And you're like, hold up, cuz. Yeah, you used to talk that shit when I was younger, and I let you get away with it because I was young. You was bigger than me, but now I'm bigger. You was cheating when I was young. You was cheating and whooping up on me. Yeah, but now I'm bigger.
Yeah, we better hide the pitch signs or whatever the shit is.
For real, hide all that. Oh, I knew there was something else I wanted to talk about. After we'll get into it real quick after this, but. I had a chance to go to one of the playoff games for the Atlanta Braves. It's actually a pretty cool game to go to. You know, I've only been to 2 baseball games in my entire life. That was a Cincinnati game when I was in college, and then a Atlanta Braves playoff game, which was like last Sunday, I believe it was. I went to that playoff game. They played against their first game against the Dodgers. They ended up winning, but you know, it's good to have a championship opportunity here in Atlanta again, you know. Hasn't been, you know, the kindest to us. This whole championship stuff hasn't been the kindest to the ATL. I can't lie. But I think that they're going to get this. I think that Atlanta's going to win this World Series. I really do believe that. They look like a team that is peaking, that started peaking late in the season. I think they won like what? I think they won like 16 or 17 out of their last 24 games, something like that. They went on a nice little streak to end the season. Even though they didn't have a super record, they came into the postseason hot, and that's really what matters the most when you're trying to, you know, play through a long tournament of games. Like, you have to come in with your team chemistry intact, and you have to be able to you know, basically find everyone's most optimal, you know, playing ability and have them play at that consistently. And and you know, it's an easy thing to say, but in baseball, shit, hitting the ball going 100 miles an hour,
right?
Come on, bro.
Yeah. Baseball's different. You know, you're extremely successful if you win like 65% of your games.
Yeah.
So I mean, imagine being, you know,
120 game season.
I think 160. I believe
160.
Exactly. So 10 times a week.
Damn.
Motherfuckers playing double headers.
They did it without their best pitcher too. The Braves. They had Soroka. Yeah, Soroka was like their best pitcher, I think it was, and they did it without him. Shit. Matzek saved the fucking series for these cats. I was watching the game the other night. Matzek saved the series. He comes in after they just give up like 2 big runs, and they're literally about to fuck this up. Like, Atlanta was about to fuck it completely up. And it was going to be another story about how Atlanta gets huge leads and fucks it off. And this cat comes in and he fucking knocks out 2 of the biggest batters in the lineup back to back to get out the inning. And then Atlanta came back and took that shit back over. And that shit was huge. And that shit was huge. It was him, and then it was their closer. I forget his name. But he came in and finished the game off. I mean, these cats were like about to fuck it up. I was watching like, oh shit, here it comes.
I'm going to recommend that, you know, the next Atlanta team, well, obviously the Braves, to be in a championship situation, maybe you get behind to start the game.
Yeah, maybe you just start a little bit slower.
So we can't blow the fucking lead.
Yeah. I mean, this cat, you know, their pitching saved them. Their pitching really saved them because they were in the thick of shit against the best part of the Dodgers batting lineup. Like Albert Pujols and 2 other cats who were just, one of them had just hit a home run. You know, like, it was about to get bad. And, you know, I'm not a baseball savant, but I have been playing MLB The Show 21. And I now really like this shit. You know what I mean?
Historically, we have been, you know, a very strong pitching team. If you go back to the 90s, we had like Greg Maddux and Tom Glavine and John Smoltz, all these guys. I mean, obviously, we've had the greatest home run hitter, but that's not really been our calling card. Is hitting all these bombs, kind of playing softball, get guys on base. True. Get a steal here or there, but historically, great pitching team. I'm not gonna lie to you and say I've been watching a lot this year, but I hope that's
me neither. Just the playoffs. Just the playoffs. Let me just be clear. Just playoffs.
Bandwagon as it is right here.
Yeah, Mookie Betts, Tim Hudson. Yeah, Mookie Betts is like one of the best fastball hitters in baseball, and they struck him out.
Yeah, I know that name, and that means something. If I know your name as a baseball player.
Yeah, if I know your name as a baseball player, you's on it.
You're the shit.
Okay, so that is going to be it for this one. That's going to be it for this one. Now, I wanted to get into the Kyrie Irving situation. Unfortunately, we ain't got time for that. But I will talk about that probably in a video that I drop here probably tomorrow at some point. But that Kyrie conversation, I'll try and bring that up on Wednesday before we start up, just to get a little feeler out there before the tier makers. So apologize for not being able to get to that today, but I do hope that everyone has a wonderful Monday. We will be back on Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern for the tier maker live stream. You guys already know how that one goes. Make sure you like this, make sure you share this, and make sure you let your friends know about the Wednesday stream. Get them in here now. But I am your observer lineman Uche Waneri, my boy here, Justin Blaylock, and we are the linemen of Lineman Life live. And we will holler at y'all on the next one. Peace out.